everybody.
We're going to install a dash cam in the 4Runner today.
So let's go.
Okay, so the camera comes in 4 pieces. There's of course the camera itself. There is the suction cup mounting bracket, mounts it to the windshield. 12-volt DC power cord, and the rear view camera. And this will either mount on the inside or the outside apparently. It's got a couple of holes there if you want to mount it on the outside of the vehicle or drill it into the body. Or it's got some little sticky pads where you can stick it to your window also. I'll have to show you that. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to install the little mini SD card. Now the instructions say to, what do they call it? They said to please format the SD card before use. Now whenever I installed this camera in the Volvo, I did not do that. I just put it in the camera and turned it on, and all seems to be well. Of course, now I have not tried to download any of that footage onto the computer, so I'll have to see how that works. It may not actually be recording anything, I don't know. I didn't notice that little sticker in the lid of the last one that I had. I don't think it had it in there, so I just put it in there like I normally would with a camera and went on. The second trick is to decide where I want to mount the camera. I'm thinking maybe behind the rear view mirror, something similar to this maybe. That way the LCD screen is behind the rear view mirror, because I did notice on the Volvo that at night when you're driving, that LCD screen shining in your face can be a little bit annoying. So if I put it behind the mirror where I'm not able to really see it, it'll be there when I need it, but it's not going to bother me while I drive. I gotta admit, I think that looks pretty cool. It's kind of hidden. You can still see it, but it's not super obvious. I think that's going to work really well. That looks good. Now I'll have to see what the image looks like from there, because it looks like it's kind of pointing towards the sky right now. But it's just a matter of minor fine-tuning and adjusting. My initial intention was to use this 12-volt DC plug back here. Y'all have to excuse the popcorn and the floorboard. We went to the drive-in movie theater, and there's still a little bit of remnants left of that. But anyway, my initial intent, sorry about the traffic y'all, was to use that one right there. However, with a 7-year-old running around in the back seat, I didn't know if having all of this stuff hanging out is a very good idea or not. She already kicks that plug over there occasionally, so I may not do quite like that. I was going to run it under the mat here, but I think I've decided to do something a little bit different. Again, you'll have to excuse my mess here. That's kind of my junk collector, but this is the center console. It's got a 12-volt outlet on the inside of there. That outlet never gets used for anything, plus it's kind of out of the way. So I think I may attach it in there and run it underneath the floor mat from that point and see if that works. Like I said, was military for 9 years, so anything and everything is subject to change at a moment's notice without any warning. So this may not be where it ends up being, but this is where I'm going to start it off and see how it goes. Well, alright, so like I was saying before, being military, anything I do is subject to change at a moment's notice without notification, and it did. So the plug didn't actually work in the console, so I moved it down here and then ran the wires up underneath the dash and across there and across the A-post. You can see it kind of crossing the A-post right here. The cord was long, but it just wasn't quite long enough to reach that far, so I had to modify it. So the view from my driver's seat is this right here. That's how much of the camera I can see. I can actually not see any of the camera at all. All I can see is the mounting bracket. And it's above the rearview mirror, where it's really not even noticeable. So let's see what it's gonna look like with the key turned on. All right, so here it is. Let's move this mirror out of the way a little bit. You can see with that hatchback back there, there's really not a decent place to mount that thing. I can run it along the head, run the cord along the headliner, but now whenever I get back there, I have to cross the weather stripping in order to get it onto the hatchback. So I don't really want to do that because I don't want to create a spot where there's a potential leak, you know, for rainy weather or whatever. So I don't know that I'm going to do that. The only other choice is to attach it to the headliner somehow, to where when the hatch opens up, it doesn't go up with the hatch. Maybe I might be able to do that. I kind of don't want to drill a hole in my headliner, so I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that. Once I figure that out, then I can do another video or whatever, how I accomplished it. But as of now, I'm just gonna have the dash cam. These were just little expensive cameras. I think we spent, I don't know, $40 or $50 a piece on these two cameras. So it's not too expensive. If it doesn't look like it's going to work very well and the video footage is terrible, you know, we can always upgrade. There's always that option. Now, one of the problems that I did have with it is with the Volvo, like I said, I've seen this be an issue on some of the other YouTube channels that I've watched where they've installed cameras, maybe not even the same kind, the same brand, but they've installed cameras nonetheless. Part of the problem that I have seen is running the camera cable or the power cable across the headliner like that. In that Volvo, it seriously affected the radio reception. Radio stations that we used to pick up are now just static. Radio stations that we're still picking up can be spotty at times. Now, if I unplug the rear camera, it works again. But as long as there's power going through the cable going to the rear camera, it's not too good, which most of the time doesn't affect us too much because we pretty much use our Amazon account or our YouTube music account or something like that and then play it through the radio anyway, because I can't stand listening to all of the news garbage that's on media. It's not news, media garbage that's on the regular radio stations anyway. I don't want to listen to that garbage. So I just listen to music apps. So again, dash cam, super simple investment, super cheap investment, super simple install. It's something that we've had the camera for a long time. Why it took me so long to get it put in, I don't know, because it doesn't take 20 minutes to get it put in, and the only reason it takes that long is because I'm hiding the cables and the wires and stuff out of the way where they're not seen. Otherwise, it's plug and play. You plug it into power, you plug the power into the camera, you put the camera on the windshield, and you're done, basically. I mean, that's all there is to it. Super simple to do, but just took me a while to get it actually accomplished. So once I actually get to take a look at the video that is on, you know, take a look at it on a bigger screen than on the little LCD screen, I'll do a little review and tell you what I think of the video quality. I've heard that the video quality on this is a little grainy, a little, you know, not quite so good. And I know the nighttime, you know, video is pretty grainy. I mean, you can still see what's going on, but it's pretty grainy. It's not a super high definition night vision camera, so that part I know is a little bad. Hopefully the other one's not too bad. I don't know, we'll see. So, but for right now, super simple upgrade, super cheap, and I'm happy with it for the moment. So if I become unhappy with it, I'll let you know, and then I'll show you what I upgrade to. Y'all take care.